Skip Bayless ruined LeBron James. The dude is 21. This is his third or fourth year in the NBA. And Skip Bayless is killing this dude to the point he insinuates that's not some joking, hey, we can just write this off. He's like, hey, man, are they lying about LeBron James's age? You're a 21-year-old kid. There's an old man sitting on TV trying to make money off of you by relentlessly attacking you day after day on television for ratings and for money.
Yep,
this is unprecedented. No one had ever done that to a prominent athlete. Michael Jordan didn't have anybody sitting on ESPN, hey, I'm going to find a way to criticize this guy every single day.
Jason Whitlock goes off on Skip Bayless for ruining LeBron James' career. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Skip Bayless ruined LeBron James.
Nah, this can't be
And so
happening.
when Kendrick Perkins was talking about put a name on it, put an address on it, is what he was saying. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, he's talking about Charles Barkley. Oh, no, he's talking about P.K. Subban, even though he named P.K. Subban. And then I was like, oh, no, he's talking about Skip Bayless.
Oh, man, the legend.
And I'm like, that's interesting. And so when I heard this Friday, Saturday, I hadn't thought it all the way through in terms of, oh, he's just upset because Skip Bayless criticizes LeBron James. And they think LeBron should be above criticism or he should receive less criticism. And then, and so over the weekend, when I post on X my thoughts, where I'm going at LeBron, hey, man, you wanted this barbershop talk. You started a barbershop talk show, and now you're whining about it. Well, at some point over the weekend, I realized, well, hold on. He didn't invent this barbershop talk. Who did?
Now, as far as Skip Bayless ruining LeBron's career, you know, he has a lot of criticism when it comes to LeBron ever since he entered the league. Once they tried to pair up LeBron versus Jordan, that was Skip move to, you know what? Let me be the person that goes against LeBron. That's his niche. That's what he does best. Let me go ahead and talk about LeBron for the last 25 years, and he was able to elevate his career. I know he did a lot of things with journalism back in the 70s and 80s, but talking about LeBron James, it superseded everything that he did before then. Skip is known as that LeBron hater.
In terms of platforming it on television and building an entire career around it. It was Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
And Jamie Horowitz and ESPN. They, and I went back and I was like, well, when did Skip Bayless start his shtick of attacking LeBron James
About 2-3
and building
years
a
in.
television career off of LeBron James? And I started doing the homework and trying to look up for early signs of like, hey, when did this start? Because, you know, for the early part, the first 7-8 years of LeBron James's career, pretty spotless in terms of like the guy met expectations. He dragged a terrible Cleveland Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals in year 7 or 8 or something like that against the San Antonio Spurs. And they got their butts kicked, but LeBron James was doing a really solid job.
Yeah, LeBron, you know, he did great early on in his career. You know, the finals with the Spurs, and it's like a few years in the league. I think it was, 07, 08. You know, people don't really hold that against him. But it wasn't until he joined the Heat, I think that's when all the hate really came out towards LeBron. Of course, you know, you had people here and there that said some things before he went to Miami. And even Skip, I know he had his moments where he was critical of LeBron, but it didn't turn up until he went to Miami, leaving Cleveland like the way he did. That's when you were at the height of the LeBron hate, when he went to Miami.
And was mostly beloved before the decision. And so when I went looking for signs of like, hey, when did Skip Bayless start going all hate on LeBron James? I ran across this story on ESPN.com. And this is Skip Bayless was in 2006, he was writing for ESPN.com. And he was writing for Page 2. And he started out a story in 2006. LeBron James is 21 years old. I want to read you an excerpt from this. In the end, it was all about 23. That's how many points number 23 Cleveland Cavaliers scored in Sunday's second half. And that was mostly LeBron James's fault. But of course, Sunday's end was more about Friday night. That's when LeBron's team led by 3 with 3:15 left at home. The Game 6 door should have been slammed on the Detroit Pistons, whose throats were tightening like the rim their shots kept bouncing off of.
Dang, hell of an
That was
analogy.
almost all LeBron's fault. I know. The kid is just 21. But LeBron worshipers cannot have it both ways. You cannot tell me he's better than Michael Jordan was at this stage. Some of you contend at any stage, then defend him when he fails because he's barely legal. I think we'd agree. He's the oldest looking and playing 21-year-old NBA player we've ever seen. So
Skip throwing
old,
shots.
physically and mentally and facially, that we sometimes find ourselves wondering if somewhere along the way, somebody lost track of his age. I mean, look at the pictures of Jordan and Magic and Bird at the age of 21, and you'll laugh at how skinny and baby-faced they look. LeBron? No. This kid, in quotations, is a man now, and he must be treated as such.
Damn, so Skip been hating. I didn't know he went that far, writing articles about LeBron being older than what he really was. I know he looks old, but I don't think LeBron's lying about his age. And again, if Skip want to be critical of LeBron, by all means, go for it. But when you try to act like you're not a hater, when you've been hating or just overly critical, that's where I think people got a problem with it. If that's your shtick, stick with it, but don't try to run away from it when people are going to call you out on it. So again, Skip never hiding his hate toward LeBron. He was a hater early on, and he's still a hater 22 years later.
Off with the kid gloves. No more premature myth making. LeBron James has the size, strength, skill, and instincts to be an all-time great player. More Magic than Michael, but he isn't yet. Let's be honest. He isn't even close.
Damn. Drop the mic, Skip.
I'm reading this. And he later on goes to say that, he's choking and blah, blah, blah. I'm reading this and I'm going, the dude is 21. This is his 3rd or 4th year in the NBA. And Skip Bayless is killing this dude to the point he insinuates and he does. That's not some joking, hey, we can just write this off. He's like, hey, man, are they lying about LeBron James's age?
Like I said, as soon as the comparison started with LeBron and Jordan, that's where Skip, he took the gloves off. You know what? I'm going to go all out. You can be 21. You could be in the league, still doing great. But the moment that people started talking about LeBron could potentially be better than Jordan one day, a few years into the league, that was Skip Q to go ahead and just let it all go. Go off on LeBron any chance that you got. And again, he's been doing it for 22 plus years, and it ain't gonna stop. Even though Skip ain't on TV no more, he still got his own platform. So he's gonna have some things to say about LeBron either way. Again, I don't got an issue with it. But when he says that he's not a hater, I think we already know he's a LeBron hater, and he got paid millions to do it.
He insinuates that. This is deranged and stupid. This is 2006. LeBron James is 21 years old. He's in his 3rd year in the NBA. If I'm correct, did that Pistons team that he's ripping, they may have, no, the Miami Heat won the NBA Finals that year. But that was a very good Detroit Pistons team.
They were good back in the day.
And LeBron James is in his 3rd year. And Skip Bayless is in 2006, I think he's in his 2nd year.
Oh.
Hosting what maybe at that time was called Cold Pizza.
Yeah.
And he was doing a segment called First and 10. It wasn't quite First Take yet.
Cold Pizza.
But Skip Bayless had already gone into his anti-LeBron James shtick. He had already put it on overdrive in 2006. So you're a 21-year-old kid. You're off to a magnificent start to your NBA career. A magnificent start. Yes, you're 2nd in MVP voting in 2006. 2nd, you finished behind Steve Nash in 2006.
Again, none of that matters because the comparisons they were making with LeBron and Jordan, Skip don't care about that. LeBron could have won the MVP, multiple championships to that point. But now that people start talking about the whole LeBron and Jordan thing, he had to go off on LeBron. I'm surprised Whitlock's defending LeBron. I know people in the comment section saying that he got a check from Clutch Sports, but, he got to keep it real. And again, we already know that Skip is a LeBron hater. I don't think it's any surprise.
And Skip Bayless is starting the attack.
Oh, yeah.
The relentless
early.
attack.
Of course.
And so I sit there and I realize that Skip Bayless, who's transitioning out of newspaper and print into full-time ESPN TV personality, who desperately wants to make millions and millions of dollars talking about sports.
And not just talking about sports. They were at a time where they were kind of moving from, print and all that stuff, journalism. We're going to treat this like entertainment. It's all entertainment at the end of the day. I don't think Skip really cares about LeBron or Jordan, but when you have the opportunity to make millions, you have to take a side. That's where we're at in media. You can't be in the middle. You either got to be pro LeBron or pro Jordan. There's no middle ground. So Skip, he chose Jordan, and he got a lot of money for hating on LeBron.
And if he has to use a 21-year-old kid and beat him, my stick is going to be to attack the future of the NBA, the kid that has been called the heir to Michael Jordan. What would that do to you? You're a 21-year-old kid. There's an old man sitting on TV trying to make money off you by relentlessly attacking you day after day on television for ratings and for money. This is unprecedented. No one had ever done that to a prominent athlete. Michael Jordan didn't have anybody sitting on ESPN, hey, I'm going to find a way to criticize this guy every single day. He did not have that. Did his peers, did his competitors, were they trying to figure out a way to attack him on the court? Were the Detroit Pistons and were they beating him up? Were players jealous of him? Did he face a physical style of basketball? All things that he could handle.
Again, people going to criticize LeBron because you're going to get a lot of clicks. They're doing it now on YouTube. I've thrown my little troll shots at LeBron and people see the views. So they know if they say anything negative toward LeBron, or even if you're pro LeBron, you're going to get views, you're going to get clicks. And Skip Bayless, he's seen it early. He's seen it back in 07, 08, whenever LeBron was in his third or fourth year. He was ahead of the curve when it was about, dissing LeBron. He was the first one to really stand on business and try to monetize that.
Hey, someone wants to challenge Michael Jordan on the court. Michael Jordan has an answer and can deal with that. He has teammates who can help him deal with that. But sitting on TV, trash talking Michael Jordan?
Don't happen.
What did that do? What would that have done to Michael Jordan? If someone was trying to build a career off of attacking them every day on television, maybe that would change that person. Maybe LeBron James, without Skip Bayless relentlessly attacking him, maybe LeBron James isn't the angry, entitled, victim mentality person that he's become today. Maybe Skip Bayless made LeBron James say, hey, you know what? If some guy is going to build a TV career off of smearing me and my career every day, maybe I need to enter the opinion Olympics. Maybe I need to start influencing the media and start working behind the scenes to get people in the media to argue my side of the story. Maybe LeBron's manipulation of the media started because ESPN, Skip Bayless, and Jamie Horowitz were unfairly exploiting LeBron James.
Of course, when you got people attack you in the media, you're going to join alliances. You're going to build up a crew of people that's going to defend you. You got Nick Wright. You got Shannon Sharp. You got newer people in the media that were former players, and they're on ESPN. They're on Fox. So LeBron, he has a lot of people coming to his defense, and maybe things would have been different if he didn't have Skip Bayless kind of being overly critical of him years ago, especially early on in his NBA career. It was a domino effect. Started off with Skip, then a lot of people in the media, they did the most because, you're going to get clicks and views if you talk about LeBron James. Yeah, so again, man, LeBron, he been going off on the media recently. He knows his NBA career is coming to an end, so this is his chance to kind of, get a little more serious with the media, call people out like Stephen A. Smith. That's kind of been more of that Skip Bayless type figure when it comes to going off on LeBron James. Again, it was all a domino effect that started off with Skip. He made a lot of money off dissing LeBron, being critical, overly critical of LeBron. The whole Jordan versus LeBron debate brought in multi-millions for a lot of creators out there. So again, if Skip gonna be a hater, just continue to stand on business. It is what it is.